K-pop, Demon Hunters, is the most watched animated film of the year, and it left fans speechless with its intense storyline, powerful soundtrack, and unforgettable characters. But did you know that some scenes, songs, and even characters didn't make it into the final cut? The confrontation song. Get ready for this. There's a deleted scene that could have been one of the most emotional and musical moments in the entire movie. At a key point in the story, Celine and the leader of the Huntrix were supposed to sing a duet. The idea was for Celine to use that song to explain everything that happened to Rumi's mom, revealing the tragic truth that tore that legendary trio of demon hunters apart. But, as always with good things, it didn't last. The scene got cut. No mercy, no warning, not even a chorus. And with that, the movie lost the chance to show a deep and revealing moment. Because this wasn't just a pretty song. Just imagine the emotional weight. Already shaken by the discovery that she's part demon, Rumi would also find out that the woman who raised her all her life was the same one who took her mother's life. Can you hear that heartbreaking sound? So here's the question that won't go away. Why did Celine raise Rumi then? Was it out of guilt? A shot at redemption? Or some elaborate plan to keep the truth hidden until the right moment? And the bigger question, why was this scene deleted? Was it too intense for the film? Let's be honest, this would have added some serious dramatic weight and left people walking out of theaters not knowing whether to love or hate Celine. And that, my friends, is the kind of emotion audiences live for. Today, we're diving into everything that was left out of K-pop, Demon Hunters, and how it could have completely changed how fans see some of the characters. Come along with us for another deep dive. Adoption. Here's another super cute and meaningful moment that got cut. That's right, the adoption of the blue tiger and the raven, Dino's beloved pets. Who wouldn't want to see that heartwarming moment of love, unity, and acceptance? Well, it was real, but ended up in the deleted scene graveyard. The scene would have shown the Huntrix girls adopting both mascots after the final battle. They'd finally have a new home, filled with love, respect, and spiritual glitter. A total heart melter. And here's the thing, there's actually a big clue that this adoption did happen off-screen. At one point, Zoe is seen wearing a shirt with a tiger on it. That pretty much confirms he ended up with the girls. But how? When? Why? We get nothing. Just one tiny scene was all it would have taken to make fans cry their hearts out. This ties directly into another key moment, when Mira walks into Rumi's room, super worried. Rumi is clearly acting weird, battling her inner demons, literally, and trying to hide the pets. The adoption would have been the ultimate proof that they fully accepted her, even the half-demon parts. It was sweet, powerful, and exactly the kind of moment that gives a story depth. But it was ripped out, like it didn't matter, except it did. The competition. Now let's talk about a scene that had iconic written all over it, but got brutally axed. The idol competition. Yep, there was a whole scene where the Huntrix were going to compete in a tournament against the Saja boys, and, according to some rumors, even another idol group. This kind of thing is a huge deal in South Korea, where special shows often feature hilarious competitions between K-pop groups. This scene would have shown a whole new side of our favorite hunters, the competitive, sneaky, and totally chaotic side. They'd roll dice in wacky challenges, deal with funny punishments, make ridiculous bets, and of course, scream a lot. But nope. Executives and directors held a super cold meeting, and the scene was tossed into the void. Such a shame, because it would have been the perfect moment to see the Huntrix doing something that wasn't eating. Let's be honest. If there's one thing they did non-stop throughout the movie, it was eat. And the big mystery is, how do they keep those figures? Seriously, is it a deal with the universe? Or just insane genetics? Seeing the girls in something more energetic, like a goofy game tournament with giant dice, would have brought a much-needed breath of fresh air to the plot. Even better, it would show that they're not just a demon hunting squad, but a full-on entertainment group. Maybe in a sequel? Imagine the Huntrix going head-to-head with a rival K-pop group in an interdimensional Korean Games Championship. Yes, please, universe, we need this. Before we jump into more deleted scenes, songs, and characters from K-pop, Demon Hunters, drop a comment below that says idols Outfits. Another scene that got ripped out of the movie and left fans begging for more was the one showing the Huntrix girls during some rare downtime, doing skincare, putting on makeup, and of course, picking their outfits of the day. Yep, there was going to be a full-on skincare session, shiny lip gloss, and even a makeshift runway right in their bedroom. But guess what? Cut. This scene would have shown a super fun side of the girls, full-on K-pop style, with them trying on ultra-trendy clothes, hyping each other up, and maybe even having a vote for the best look. Rumi's closet, which flashes by quickly at the beginning of the film, and let's be honest, it's anything but small, totally hinted that we were in for something fabulous. But that was all we got, just a tease. And here's the most frustrating part. The outfits we saw in the movie weren't even the only ones designed. Tons of stylish, modern, ultra K-pop fashion looks were created for the characters, but never made it to the screen, ready to go viral on Pinterest and become cosplay favorites, and instead, forgotten in some design drawer. This scene would have been perfect to give the movie a breather between all the battles and finally show each girl's personality outside of fighting and, well, eating. So here's our message to the sequel team. We demand a full runway scene. Bold outfits, intergalactic vibes, and maybe even a special performance in glamorous battle gear. Another wardrobe that fans would definitely love to see? The Saja Boys. Their outfits were sleek, modern, and on point throughout the movie. But of course, the most anticipated closet of all would be Jinu's. Rumi's father. The first major snub in the story? None other than Rumi's father. Yep, him. Or more accurately, no one even knows who he is. Not a single photo, not one memory, not even a little note stuffed in the back of a drawer. And of course, this led to one of the wildest fan theories out there, that Rumi's dad might actually be Guima himself. But sadly, that theory's pretty much been debunked. Some of the film's illustrators confirmed that Rumi's father was, in fact, someone else entirely. And get this, there was even a beautiful scene where she remembers him. But yep, it was cut. And now, brace yourself. There's another theory that says Rumi's dad was a super powerful demon, even stronger than Guima. But if that's true, why hasn't he ever shown up? Could there be some massive secret hiding in plain sight? Or maybe he wasn't even a demon at all. Maybe he was a regular human who sold his soul for fame and fortune in a shady deal, and ended up turning into a Guishin, a vengeful spirit trapped in the underworld. Not exactly a demon, but definitely bad news. And that would explain a lot, like why Rumi isn't controlled by Guima. To make things even more intense, there's another theory, that her father didn't vanish at all, but was taken out by none other than Celine, the demon hunter. Sounds crazy now, sure, but in the sequel, what if Guima is actually Rumi's father? Now that would be a plot twist. Rumi's mother. Still talking about Rumi's past. One absence that left a hole in fans' hearts was her mother. She was just cut from the story. Yep, completely removed. But the truth is, she was important. Rumi's mother was part of the legendary trio of demon hunters alongside Celine. The problem? Rumi's story with her mom was never properly told. Worse yet, a crucial scene was deleted. After the jaw-dropping reveal about the Huntrix leader, you know, that tiny detail about her being half demon, Rumi was supposed to run off. And before facing Celine in an epic showdown, she would go through a dark moment. She'd find her mother's gravestone, surrounded by a mysterious, dark energy. And then the questions start piling up. If her mom was a divine-blooded warrior, how did that demonic energy get there? Was she corrupted? Did she transform into something else? Or, worse, was she hiding something all along? This scene would have been a total game changer. Rumi would have been forced to reflect on her mother, her father, her entire dark past. And this is where the most controversial theory comes in. Many believe that Rumi would have realized a heartbreaking truth. Celine, her mom's best friend, was the one who killed her. Just imagine the drama. Best friend turns traitor, daughter finds out the truth, half-demon teen in full emotional meltdown, and her mom's spirit possibly trapped in some kind of spiritual limbo. Now that's a plot. And to think this was all left out. Maybe we'll get lucky in the sequel? Because let's be real, we live for a well-directed, traumatic flashback. The kiss. Now let's talk about the one thing that unites the entire fanbase in emotional pain. The deleted romance scenes between Rumi and Jinu. Everyone knows they were one of the best developed couples in the movie. They had chemistry, and according to some very reliable sources, aka the illustrators and writers who spilled the tea, they were supposed to share 3 kisses throughout the story. 3! And how many made it to the screen? 0. The first kiss was set to happen at the aquarium, a soft, intimate scene where they'd talk about life, share their trauma, and sneak in a gentle kiss full of meaning. The second kiss was supposed to happen at the end of the song Libre. They'd lock eyes, the music would swell, and yes, in the original script, they were supposed to kiss right there, ending the number like a scene straight out of an epic romance. And the third kiss, that one would have earned them an Oscar for Best Emotional Pain. It was meant to happen when Jinu throws himself in front of Guima's attack to protect Rumi. But guess what? Cut. Obviously, fans didn't take this lightly. There are already petitions going around, protests all over Twitter, and people demanding that the director or screenwriter find a way to bring Jinu back, if not in real life, at least in spirit, or through a devastating flashback with a sad love song in the background. Because audiences want that kiss and a happy ending, and if you think that's all, there's more. Remember the fight in the men's bathroom? Yeah, that iconic battle in all the steam. There was a moment where Rumi accidentally ripped Jinu's shirt, revealing his six-pack. But they cut it. Why? No one knows. But one thing's for sure. Trying to hide the insane chemistry between Rumi and the leader of the Saja boys was a total fail, because we saw it. And now, we want justice. In the end, all these deleted scenes left a major void for fans who just wanted more emotions, more romance, more fashion, and of course, more chaos with the Huntrix. Maybe these moments will still come to life in a sequel or even in an extended cut. If you love the world of animation, we've got 2 awesome videos that you're definitely going to want to check out. Thanks for watching, and see you next time!